Welcome back, Crypto Crew. It's your boy Tom here, bringing you the hottest in Bitcoin and crypto action. April 10th, 2025. Bitcoin is crushing stock. It's breaking patterns, and get this. Have you heard this? No, of course, because we're here to introduce it to you. That the U.S. Treasury is about to flip capital markets onto the blockchain. Crew, this is pure insanity. If you're ready to surf this wave for me, give me a like. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. And make sure, don't sleep on this. Follow us on X, where we're dropping Bitcoin fire all day, every day. All right, let's dive right in, fam. Okay, right now, stocks right now basically they're recovering a little bit. They really need to break above that all important level of 5,811 on the S&P. Right now, basically they're just tracking within a tight range. It's good that the marketplace did get above this level of 5,100. They're still in a little bit of trouble. But Bitcoin today, right now it's outperforming. Okay, right now, as of April 10th, of course, we're sitting at 82,000, down from the 109. Oh man, I'm so tired of hearing about that number 109. I can't wait till we smash through that. We're talking about 129, December 2024 peak, but it's smoking the stock market. The S&P was down 8 to 10%, crashing to 535 from 548. Was slammed by the Trump tariff blitz. 34% on Chinese imports, 10% on imports this month. Trade war chaos is real. Stocks are still bleeding from this, but Bitcoin's potentially breaking a downward trend. It's potentially doing, it's outpacing Wall Street, signaling a massive trend shift. Yesterday's 90-day tariff pause juiced it back above, right about like 80, 3,500-ish, right around here. And then, of course, we had a little bit of a pullback. Not quite to what we really need to see. I think we need to see about 80,000 holding in this thing. But we definitely need to break above that CME market gap of 85,000. The pressure's building, but it's not quite there yet. We could see a little bit of a retracement to the 79.9 before we get up through the 84 and then potentially take out that CME market gap at say 85,000. All right. So on the daily, if we look at the daily charts in Bitcoin, we got a falling wedge pattern that we've been talking about for quite a long time. The marketplace basically has been trading within this, and it's been coiling. We need that breakout to get us out of this, and just clear all this bearishness. One thing that's happening that's good, we just mentioned the crypto fear and greed. It's kind of basically cooled off a little bit, but it's still vibing a little bit of fear. It hasn't gotten neutral yet, but let's move on over to the weeklies. This is a really important chart. We brought this up before, okay? History is nuts with this thing, all right? It is nuts. If we look at this, the first time that we had this jump, we had a 52% pump in this marketplace before it actually came off a little bit, came back down into the channel right in here, right there, came back into the channel, then boom, we had 108% pump back into the channel. We're back into the channel now after a 42% pump. What we're really looking for is, close to this, another 42 or even 60% parabolic move in this thing. So, it's coming, because we're going to coin a new term here. We're going to coin a new term when we're calling it the Bitcoin golden line. And that's the 50 EMA, the medium term fast acting indicator. Bitcoin's basically just sitting on this thing right now. Last time we saw this, we had parabolic moves up, and we're thinking this is now going to be called the Bitcoin golden line. This is a really important EMA. Not many people pay attention to it. They're looking at the 200. They look at the 20. It's too short. A 50 just seems to be like Goldilocks, just right. Now, here's the hook. Here's the hook and the catcher, okay, that we've been just talking about. Right now, we got a double bottom, but on the 4-hour chart. But here it is. The U.S. Treasury is about to put capital markets on the blockchain. Tokenized assets, instant trades, trillions could flow through Bitcoin's empire. Now, here's also something that we want to point out. CoinGlass. CoinGlass is basically saying that the market peak indicators zero out of 30. 0 out of 30. We are nowhere near a top. This is strong, crew. This is strong. X is also lit up talking about a whale dropping 140 million on Bitcoin. Jack Dorsey's hyping it for Signal's 40 million users. And again, the Treasury blockchain move can make Bitcoin the king of $1 trillion market. Now, one other thing we want to point out, which we also brought up, we talked about global liquidity. Global liquidity, it had formed a double bottom, and Bitcoin had fallen into this. We said this was a reversal area. We're sitting right outside of it right now. And in order for Bitcoin to actually catch the global liquidity market, we need to get above that 88,000. Look, it is what it is. All right. We got to talk truth to power here. We need to get above this, I would say 88,000 level in order to actually start for it to catch up with the global liquidity trend. But everything is in place. I mean, now we also talked about, M2 being could take up to 2 months. So we were talking about maybe June for Bitcoin to actually catch this. Let's hope it's a little bit faster. I think it is going to be a little bit faster. So global liquidity is flipped, double bottom, smashing the resistance, full uptrend mode. People have pointed this out, and I think it's a good point. We're looking at 2008 style market drops. Just looking at the stock market itself, kind of mirrors 2008. Great Depression vibes, where basically the bottoms spark monster rallies. Now, we've been saying that Bitcoin's decoupling from the market. So could Bitcoin finally be the leader? Now, gold also has been rallying. Basically, Bitcoin follows gold, right? Or perhaps maybe gold is following Bitcoin. We don't know yet. But really, volatility is coming. Rate cuts are spiking if the stock market tanks more. Stocks are spooked. Now, one last final thing. If we look at the 10-year bond yields right now, they're sitting right around 430. The fear and greed index is chilling out a little bit. It's not really... it's cooling at a chill. It's chilling at 39, but fear is still a little bit steady in the market. Bitcoin's outperforming. It's ready to pass, blast through that golden line that we basically just coined. That's our new term, man, the golden line. Write it down because everybody's going to be talking about it. But the Treasury, blockchain boost, we're strong. CoinGlass basically saying that the bull market, there's not one indicator that says that we peaked. Now, before we blast off, let's lock in some wins. Follow us on Pionex, our go-to broker for fresh trade setups, hot plays incoming every day. Click on the link below for daily updates and jump in. Don't sleep on this crypto crew. Pionex is where the champs stack stats. All right, so what's the play? Bitcoin today at right around 82,000, double bottom on the 4-hour chart, beating stocks out, falling wedge set to pop. Golden line is it's sitting right on that golden line that we were talking about. The CoinGlass is basically screaming zero market peaks. Whales, Dorsey, U.S. Treasury putting capital markets on the blockchain. Man, CPI, we got stuff. We got liquidity flipping. When we talked about that M2, we got so much, I don't want to say shice going on in the marketplace, but we are juiced. We are juiced. So here's my question for you. Are you buying the dip? Have you bought the dip? Are you holding strong? You're waiting for that 88,000 breakout? Drop your take below. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. And remember, always, crew, remember, follow us on X, where we talk about crypto and Bitcoin every day. And remember, always trade with your head, not over it. Do your own research. And as a short-term trader, enjoy the party, but dance near the door. Cheers.